something.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm
You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky?
Good evening, wherever, whenever, however you all are. Welcome to Toxic Tuesday, episode 159. Holy shitteroni Batman. Man on fire tonight, too. Last week, we had a kick-ass episode coming back doing Training Day, and we all know The Equalizer 3 next week. I'm so excited about Man on Fire. This movie cuts very deep, and it cuts very differently in my life to how I saw it 21 years ago. But that's a conversation for when I get these dudes on the show. So let's acknowledge some faces in our chat, and then we'll also let you know we are dual streaming on Rumble. I see you, Pinochet's helicopter tours. I see His Excellency Donald Trump. I'm going to post that Rumble link in the chat. So that way, if you guys want to do a dual stream or when you want to join us for when we transition and play, long form clips, you'll actually join us there because this is where we'll be exclusively in like hour 20. So let's acknowledge some faces here. Cosmic Vader, John Edgar. How's it going? Gonzalo Bergali. How's it going? Hey, Pinochet right there too. Dave C. What's up? Quito Sipo, my panelists. D-Bud Martin, Davina Duckworth. And of course, my freaking guest on tonight's show. For some reason, he decided to be a very generous gentleman and drop a huge amount of gifted memberships. I mean, absolutely diabolically gigantically huge memberships. I mean, dude, Words of Paradise with five gifted memberships. Thank you, sir. Once again, you did not have to do that, but considering that you did that, well, you get a club.
Huge! It's gigantic. Gigantic.
Thank you kindly, Sir Leon. Let's acknowledge also we got where was it? Here we go. And then of course my buddy Dustin. You're on the damn show, dude. What the hell are you doing? He's for $2. He said, I wish you had more time. Lines deep. But yes, thank you, sir, for the $2. You guys are already kicking the show off nice and hot. And of course, my boy Scribe Light says, have a great show, Nick. Did I revise on your thumbnail on the Twix machine? Let's see what Scribe Light did because all right, before I bring in the panel, you guys gotta see this shite. You guys gotta see this. Let's look at this right here. Holy crap. Oh, this is good. Oh. Oh. Wow. Yeah, gotta share that one. Thank you, Scribe. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. I gotta get you back on here sometime. Cheers to you, Scribe. All right, let's bring in the dudes here. We'll bring in two at a time so we can try to bump things going. What's up, Red Shirt?
Hey, Nick Weiser. Yeah, this is probably the hardest great movie to watch that I've ever seen. I mean, this is a bear. And I got to give credit where credit is due to Mrs. Red Shirt, who 5 minutes into watching this movie with me said, "You know where else the little girl? What other movie the little girl was in with Denzel Washington?" And I went,
Dakota Fanning.
Dakota Fanning.
Movies. Yeah, quite a few.
Well, with Denzel Washington.
Equalizer 3.
Yes, she got that. I didn't.
Yeah. I thought about that too. I'm like, whoa, she's she's a different character, obviously much older. And I'm
19
like,
years.
Reunion. Man, that's wild. That's crazy, man.
Yep. Yeah, she was missing in this movie. I just saw in the trivia. Dakota Fanning was missing her 2 front teeth.
Yes.
And the producers actually were trying to decide whether they should have a bridge made for her so she could have her 2 front teeth. And in the end, they decided to leave them out. So she does the movie with no front teeth.
She's a little young lady. Just let her be without the teeth. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's just a movie. Kids do lose their teeth. It's part of life. It's just a natural thing. We like for our kids to grow up. It's all part of growing up.
Nice to see you, Red Shirt. Thank you for being here, sir. Let's have some fun tonight. Mark, what's up?
Yeah. Hey, I thought we were doing Chariots of Fire tonight. You sure? That's what I.
Oh yeah, that's what I hear.
Chariots of Fire. And if we're not no, I did get the right movie, but yeah, I got this too, right? Yeah. So, well, anyone hasn't been here before, I famously did the wrong movie. Probably about a year ago, I clipped the wrong movie. So, we got Man. See, I got Man on Fire clip for tonight. See, all set for Man on Fire. Yeah. So,
and about a year ago, we all tap danced as fast as we could while Mark clipped the right movie as fast as he could.
But man, this movie is brutal. I mean, I don't know if any piano players are out there, but I mean, God, that scene in the car. I mean, we'll get into the details, but I think that was one of the most brutal scenes that I've seen in the movies, other than some of the Tarantino films, of course, obviously kind of equal that. But and of course, this movie has ties to Tarantino, which we can get into later. But this is a freaking brutal movie, and Liam Neeson. I don't know why Liam Neeson owes a lot of debt of gratitude to this film, I guess, right? Because just to some of the similarities to it, but when you watch it, it's like, or could you imagine Denzel as the Equalizer teaming up with Liam Neeson's character from Taken, right? Right? And John Wick, throwing John Wick, right?
I gotta team up with Denzel Washington, and I gotta go find John Wick. We will find you, and we will hunt you, and we will kill you. All 3 of us, we will kill you, and then bring you back to life. And then kill you again, and then bring you back to life, so that way we can all say we killed you. Oh, great to see you, Mark. Thanks for being here, dude. Thank you for your sliding of the shows tonight. And let's bring on our other dudes here. Hi, Dustin.
Good evening, gentlemen. 159 fucking episodes. Are you serious right now?
I'm fucking serious, bro. I'm super serial, actually. I'm super serial.
Oh, this movie is dark and gritty, and it's kind of like a fever dream in a way, too.
I agree. I strongly agree, if anything. It is, it's basically, it's a vigilante's wet dream, really. Like,
is it like the Rancid song, I Want to Be a Vigilante Sidekick?
Is that? I actually know, I only know, like, a handful of songs from Rancid. I'm not someone who's like deep in the Rancid knowledge. So
I gotta say, I actually might have to bounce out. I may have watched the wrong movie. You said Man on Fire, and I was just watching that pro-Ukrainian soldier self-immolate on repeat.
Yeah, right. Nah, you ain't gonna fool me. You ain't gonna fool me, Leon. Anyways, yeah, let's
only I can do that, right?
You can say we self-immolate. What is it? Self-immolate on camera the whole show. So don't worry.
No, I'm actually stoked because like very rarely do I get to review movies with like the most smooth talking, swagger filled actor of our generation, and of course I'm talking about Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Like just
No. Well, anyways, yeah. Welcome, Leon, aka Words of Paradise. Welcome to Toxic Tuesday.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stay here. It might get a little messy. I can't promise that you might not want to take a shower after you do this show.
oh,
show
bro, no,
definitely.
I came prepared.
Oh, my man. He's ready to get wet with us, guys. I can feel this one's going to be spicy tonight. Thank you for joining us, by the way. I appreciate you taking the time to join us for this. This is a long time coming to get you on for one of these things. So let's have some.
I appreciate you taking a shot. I was like, oh, it's just going to be more than one. But yeah.
Yeah. No,
And
let's have some fun tonight. What's up?
I just want to address Vigilante. This isn't a vigilante movie. This is a movie whose message is be careful what you wish for. You might get it. The father is looking for an affordable bodyguard. Now he finds a guy who has a lot of what he calls relevant experience, but he's not been a bodyguard before.
We got two guys backstage. They popped in by surprise.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't know you had two more.
You didn't know. But we got real quickly. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2 says Equalizer 3 is Man on Fire 2. Just saying. LOL. Yeah. No, we'll have that conversation later. Trust me, the tie-ins are necessary. High 70s.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing?
Oh, Brian's
Are
there.
you
Good
the
evening.
70s rock fan?
That is the 70s rock fan.
I have
As
heard
opposed to
so
just-
much about you, but I've never actually gotten to meet or see you.
Well, this is great that we're together at last.
He likes sheep.
It was destiny that we were to be together.
Just don't let him get behind you.
It was
Or do. It's kind of nice.
I'm not into that stuff like that. I'm into the sheep.
Gary's
I don't-
job.
Are there any
I'm not
off-limit
Gary.
words on this show?
You
I'm
can
not Gary.
swear and do a lot of vulgarities tonight.
It's Toxic Tuesday.
Yeah, this is the show where you actually do get toxic. So,
But I hope we're
I
demonetized already.
Some folks when I was like, "Hey, don't be saying so." It's like, don't let me get behind you. I was gonna drop an F slur and be like, "I vape." You could tell him, Melanie Mac
you
word.
can say fuck as much as you want. The only thing you cannot say is stuff that would get this channel straight up absolutely nuked.
Gotcha.
That's
Making
it.
sure.
Like
Don't
what?
want-
Like,
don't
give
want
us an
to be
example.
rude.
Yeah, give us
Oh, 70s. You ain't fucking fooling me.
I don't believe you. Give me an example. No.
Hi, Tom. He's here. Tom made it.
Hey,
Wrong kid died.
Oh.
And I'm so glad I finally get to meet your brother, Leon. I mean, I knew you had a twin out there somewheres.
So Lemmy had 2 kids.
Yeah, let
Yeah.
Lemmy's got a
I like
whole
him the
fucking
most.
commune of kids. What are you talking about?
That's true.
Yeah, we're just 2 of Levy's kids. We don't know how many step siblings that we have. We don't know how many of us are out there. It's a hard number to figure out.
32.
They're out.
No, I can't stay too long. I actually do have some editing to do. I just wanted to pop in and say hello.
Is as D Buds Barnes saying it's a
No,
video
it's not
on
that
Neil
video. It's about the
Gaiman.
fire, but yeah.
You
feel
need to if you guys do a video about the situation, every time there needs to be that Neil Gaiman part. When Andre
Gaiman.
says that Neil Gaiman.
Gaiman.
That's how it needs to be set at all times. He set the bar now. It's now Neil Gaiman. There's no Gaiman.
And the emphasis
Gaiman.
on the Neil. Neil.
Yeah,
Gaiman.
Neil. Oh, I know. Kneel Gaiman.
Kneel before me, gay man.
Speaking of Neil before, this guy got a shirt
Oh,
on
is
ready
Gary
to kneel
here?
for
Yeah.
you.
No.
Yeah.
All this talk of Lemmy and then 70s rock bands here, I felt like I wasn't dressed for the occasion. Why rock an anime shirt where I could whip out the Billy Idol? Come on
Nice.
now.
Oh.
Yes, with a rebel yell. He said,
Oh.
more.
I saw him live in September. Oh my goodness, it was amazing.
Did he do any old Generation X numbers like King Walker?
Yes, he did 1,000 Punks, and Dancing with Myself is technically Generation X where he did. So yeah, he did 1,000 Punks or 100 Punks, and
yeah, glad he's not forgotten the old days.
I've actually got Valley of the Dolls hanging on my wall over there. One of my favorite albums.
Yeah, I saw him with Generation X back in the day.
No way.
Oh yeah. I was
so jealous.
Well, I was about 15, 16. Yeah, that was great gig.
So
and then he became famous.
Brian Bart said, "Did you know about Brandon was?" I heard about that. I never looked too into it, but I definitely have heard about that before. I'm glad it was Christopher Walken because you got the voice of the man with Denzel Washington. I mean, can you imagine being in a room with that type of level of personality, Washington and Walken, the two W's? I mean, come on, that I feel like my head would explode because
not only that,
there's too much awesome in the room. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, because of his iconic voice, people often forget he's actually a fantastic actor. Like he is. Yeah. Well, Denzel is arguably the best of the modern generation. Walken can do just about anything, and people are like, everyone can do a Walken, and you just sit there and forget that no, the dude's got range. He can do any film, romance, drama, horror, it doesn't matter. He could do it. It's so great. He's kind of underutilized in this, honestly.
A lot of people forget too. He can be a good villain too. He was the villain in the Bond movie.
My favorite Bond movie.
Kill. I love that movie.
It's my favorite Bond film.
He does a terrible Scottish accent though. If you ever see him on Saturday Night Live, there's a terrible Scottish accent.
He's also the headless horseman in Sleepy Hollow. He doesn't even speak in that movie. He just growls. Like
he's a great dancer as well.
He was in Sleepy Hollow. I freaking got that. Hot dog.
I still think his finest moment was in that video for Fat Boy Slim, Weapon of Choice. Weapon of Choice.
You can go with
freaking
this,
great.
You can go with that. Like
that's so good.
Hold on. He was on Fat Boy Slim. I had to like
Weapon of Choice.
He was a professional dancer.
What? Weapon of Choice. He does some hoofing in that one. Yeah, he's good.
You haven't seen that, Nick?
No,
it's great. One of the best music.
One of the greatest movies of all time. Christopher Walken flies.
Yes, it's great.
Apparently, he can outdance everyone.
And he was a song and dance man. That's why he was good for that video because he can actually do the hoofing. He was a hoofer, as it were, before he became a well-known actor.
He also may or may not have had a hand in the death of one of the prettiest actresses of all time, Natalie Wood. So there's take the good with the bad.
That's a myth. It's all a myth. I can't sing.
What?
I can't dance. The only thing about me is the way that I talk.
The thing about Natalie Wood was the water. The water. A lot of water.
Oh, we lost Mark. He'll be back.
Oh, we lost Mark.
Hey, Stallone kills people. I don't kill people.
He came
we lost the back door.
It's okay.
Was that me?
We slid you back in. You're good.
How did I slide out there? God.
You got good pullout game, dude. What can I say? I gotta give you credit. That was quick. Like I've seen men slip out before, but Mark, you had the best pulling out game ever.
It's just the size of it. It's the size of his D, okay?
I was gonna say I don't think he's
might I add with the C.
Just don't put the D in the V when it's
his D's got a couple extra C's. It's pretty thick.
Yeah. And I know my kids will never watch this show ever, so thank God.
Because you're so cringe. You know what?
Mark thought he had a capital D.
Woo! Mark D with a C has a capital D, and he puts it in the V, maybe.
Sometimes the A.
Oh, speaking of back doors, guys.
Oh, I knew Gerry was gonna be here for the anal bomb.
Oh, that's right. Can't be a Christopher Walken movie without somebody sticking something up their ass.
I gotta clip that.
Why'd you have to go so crude, Brian?
Hey, he doesn't go gentle on you. As soon as he sees you, he goes rock hard for you.
I know he's a power top. I'm a power bottom.
I'm pretty sure there was a deleted scene in Click where Adam Sandler put that remote up his ass. So like
probably. Yeah.
That was in Click 2.
Gary's got a new
Why did you put
album
that in
out.
my bone?
Oh, hold
Yes,
on.
I
He's
do,
got a
Mark.
new album out. Yes, he does.
Yeah, so here I'm putting that in, but while we make fun of him, so yeah, make sure everyone checks this link out here. Oh, Gary's
Bro, that
are you
actress.
what,
Sorry, go
what,
on.
No, what link are you putting in, Mark?
his Twitter link. I'm linking to his Twitter where he posted his
okay.
Gary's new album.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
available
go ahead,
on,
Leon.
Like a
it's
Taylor
on Amazon, it's on iTunes, it's pretty much on every major music platform. It's available.
All right. I think Mr. Leon here is going to have something. Let's have him carry on because I think he was actually going to talk about the movie after we're having our back.
Oh no, my bad.
Have we talked about the movie yet?
I'm sorry.
No. Take it. You were onto something. I could tell was going to be good.
I was just asking, does this actress? I don't think I've ever seen her in anything before. She reminds me of Taylor Leone if she could actually act, like just the way in the face and whatnot. I was wondering if anyone else got that vibe.
She's cute, but her accent's off because she's Australian. So Texas accent is a little off, but I forgive her. But she's a great actress in this film.
Well, now I got to say, I do love those women down under.
What is it because she doesn't sound natural, or is it because she's from there? What's your old gist of that, Mark? Just wondering.
No, it's just you can hear where just her Texas not that I can do accents, but it's just off a little bit in some spots. But
okay.
I mean, that's just like when you watch something, you pay more attention because you're going to review it. But it does, it's a minor, really. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as Robin Hood, Kevin Costner's accent or lack thereof. Robin Hood.
Yeah, there was no accent. That was the problem.
There was no accent, half the time.
Yeah, he's like the old Californian that sounds like he's from Wyoming.
By having like 6 accents at once, and you can't. He's like, I don't. What accent is? He sounds like Yoda gargling on cock, dude. Like I love it.
That's not a sound you want to hear.
I know, right? Everything about that sounds like a nightmare.
Why do I want to kill Robin of Locksley? I'll tell you why I want to kill Robin of Locksley, because he's murdering the English language.
Choke me, you will.
Is that how we ended up with Grogu?
Education.
Choke me, you will.
And with that, I think I'm going to check out, guys, but enjoy the show.
Have a good one, Tom.
Are you splitting time?
See you, Tom.
I got some
See you,
editing to do.
Tom.
Take care, guys.
See ya.
No,
Thank
buddy.
you.
By the way, have you guys heard his new song yet?
No, they haven't.
No,
You're the
I
only
have
one here
not.
who has.
Well, you guys can hear it this Friday. It will be opening our show. We'll be doing John Wayne, Rio Bravo.
Ooh.
Wow.
John,
It's a classic.
I like the sound of it.
So we'll be premiering Tom's song on that.
Okay.
It kicks ass, dude. I'm serious. I really like it.
No, I will listen to it. Backdoor. I will listen to it. Peter Shake's helicopter tours for $1 Rumble rant says Tom is putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Syllable.
I see what he is doing. I see what he's doing there, Peter Shake. Thank you.
The wrong emphasis on, or the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
He's been rolling that syllable around in his mouth.
Back. What is this?
Which is why I've intentionally
I don't know what the hell
mispronounced
just
the word
happened.
probably for years.
Tom's
by
still
saying
here.
probably.
Tom's still here.
I don't even know what happened.
He doesn't know how to get out.
He
I
can't
can't
He
get
drunk
out.
turns. He
It's
drunk
no
turns.
escape.
Never leave.
Help.
There's no escape.
You gotta stay now, Tom.
I was the
You're
most
drunk, Tom.
triggering part. I hate to use that word. The most triggering part about this movie was when he let the bird go, because I was watching this, my bird on my shoulder the whole time, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like, once you got a trained domesticated bird, they ain't gonna live in the wild. Like, he literally just sent that bird off as a death sentence, basically. And it's just,
right.
did you guys see Nosferatu by chance?
Oh, I did.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I have not had to shield my eyes in a horror film in like 10 years, but you get the scene with the bird, like, what's gonna happen. And so I looked away, I held my eyes, I was like, I just gotta wait for the crunching sounds to end. I immediately came home and hugged Hondo, and I was like, "Nope, I love you, buddy. I'm so sorry." Like
Wait.
Fuck
Was
with
it
me,
I can't get
man.
out.
Was it the crunching or the squirting afterward that bothered you?
See, the crunching was done, and so I was like, "Okay, I can open my eyes now." And then I saw the stump and the squirt, and I was like, "Ah, fuck."
How about Dumb and Dumber? That must be a tough movie for you too, with poor Petey there, right? When the falling off.
I was on a show for the very first time 2 weeks ago, and they use like intro clips for all their new guests and whatnot, and they make this for the guests. I didn't know what they were gonna do for me, and that was the clip they used. Was just why aren't you making any sound? I was like, well, that's a fucking way to introduce. It's like, again,
bird.
all stream. He's like,
Our pets' heads are falling off. Straight up freaking falling
I'm
off.
kidnapped by this show. I need Denzel Washington.
Roots has been a member for 13 months.
You
He
can
says
check out
it's always-
anytime.
It's always,
But you can never
disappointing.
leave.
You can never leave.
It's always the squirting. Yeah, you can
No.
check out anytime you like, Tom, but you can never leave.
This is like
No.
dead end drive in, Tom.
Going into the movie, I will say, like, a lot of this stuff here, I have heard, I guess you could call it nitpicks. Some people say that the first 55 minutes of the movie kind of drags on, but that was done for a reason. It was really done because when this movie is being made and is being put for test audiences, this stuff was designed to the 50 minutes to get ladies to invest in the movie. So, and apparently it worked a charm. Apparently it had lots of girls crying and were rooting for Denzel to, get revenge because of what happened.
There's no, if you don't have that first 50 minutes, there is no emotional resonance for anything else that happens. It's literally just at that point a video game. How many NPCs can I kill? Like the first 50 minutes, when you see Kreese being, like the swim coach to Dakota Fanning's character, for example, and like rubbing the bricks together and getting her face, like telling her to jump, not to flinch. Like that relationship building is so necessary. It makes the ending of the film hit so much damn harder.
That's actually a line in the film for that. I don't remember who had the conversation, but the question's asked, well, why is he so, committed to her? And I think it was his partner there, Christopher Walken, Paul Rayburn, played by Christopher Walken. I think he's the one who says she showed him that it was okay to live again. Mm-hmm. And then the person nods and goes, and the kidnappers took that away from him. This first part of the movie is her showing him it's okay to live again.
Yeah.
The way I put it when I first saw the movie was she gives him a reason to live. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then it's taken away from him. And when it's taken away from him...
I don't want to watch any of your porn, dude. Whatever you
I'm very glad that it's inverted because let me tell you, he gets very inverted after what happens next.
Yeah, and this
I
is
wish
favorite part.
You had more time.
Yeah.
And here's what everyone's talking about here in Red Shirt. Yeah. So originally the writer was off the film, but they called him and said that it wasn't, as you were saying, it wasn't working. But read the quote here. The film is unique because it's two films in one. The first half is all about Kreese and Peter's relationship, and the second half is all action. How'd you crack the material? When we screen tested the film, it tested highest with women by a mile. Tony was under immense pressure to trim down all the characterization work in the first half and get to the action quicker. Mm-hmm. He always resisted that, which is why the movie is so special. Mm-hmm. He never buckled under studio pressure. Hard thing for a director to do. Directors pretend to do it, but they didn't. They don't. Tony did. So that's I posted the link to this article. It's a really good background on this article.
It's outstanding. I'm glad you put it in our private before the show. It was really nice to read, and I felt very, very in touch with what you were feeling, Mark.
And then this of course would be Gerry's. You must have hated that they changed the ending, right? And actually, I'm watching the movie again for you forget exactly how it goes in the end, and I'm like, he did it. He put the bomb up his ass and he's going to blow up all the guys in the car with himself. I'm like, I think that would have been a really great way to go. But
Gary, you're muted. Gary, I can't hear you.
Let me address that for a second from what I was talking about. So the beginning of the movie is she gives him a reason to live. She shows him it's okay to live again.
Yeah.
When he at first believes she's dead, he's on a revenge quest. He's going to kill everybody. He goes Boondock Saints on their asses. When he finds out she's alive, he has to live long enough to make sure that she's safe.
Yes.
I
That is
and
good.
I at risk. I mean, obviously, this is a more than 10-year-old movie. This is a 20-year-old movie, so I can say this without fear of spoiling it for people.
Mhm.
I think he dies in the back seat of the car.
Oh, that's absolutely what happened.
And the point is
does,
that
I think.
yeah, so he doesn't have to blow up. He doesn't have to kill them. They get taken because the chief of investigations is still around. He's not dead, and they get the guys. They get the head. They get the voice.
Mhm.
So he doesn't. It's not in vain that he just finally makes it to the car, but no further, and doesn't take the rest of them out. But he expires because his reason to continue living has been safely delivered to her mother. He's not going to see her again. He knows that.
Mhm.
He also
He's
probably
done.
expires due to the gaping hole opposite his heart that the voice's brother put in him about 20 minutes prior. But yeah.
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 But I'm just saying
the job was done.
Exactly.
I know
The
what you're
job
saying.
was done.
I'm
Yeah.
being a douche.
Yeah. Well, he was bleeding. Remember, he was in the pool 3 or 4 times while he was out getting these people, and he's turning the water in the pool pink.
Yeah,
He's
dude, that
bleeding.
chlorine can't be good for the bullet holes. Just saying, like,
Yeah.
Maybe he
But
was
I'm just saying.
identifying as a woman.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman.
All right, I gotta acknowledge a super chat and a Rumble rant. So we'll start off with the Rumble rant because we acknowledge. I like to make sure Rumble is not treated like the redheaded stepchild. So Pinochet's helicopter tours for a $2 Rumble rant says, "Was it Denzel that made it work, or was it Fanning, or both? Do child stars really exist, or is it forced by Hollywood?" Well, I don't have answers to the latter, Parsha. The child stars really exist or forced by Hollywood, but I'd say they absolutely shine well. I do like Dakota Fanning as an actress. I mean, she's great in this. She is obviously a stellar hit girl in Kick-Ass. I mean, she's probably arguably like her character is one of the best characters.
She's not in that, by the way. You're thinking
yeah,
of
no,
somebody
that's
else.
You thinking of-
what's her name?
Chloe. Oh, what's her name? Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe Grace Moretz.
Oh yeah, I mistake the two a lot, kind of like how I do with Steve Martin and Liam.
All women look alike
Leslie
to you,
Nielsen.
Nick.
I know I'm a toxic man, but you get my point. She's an outstanding actress. Bruce $10 says the first 50 minutes of the film are essential to tying Creasy to her family. The first act is a masterclass in script pacing, and the actors ran with it. Creasy was born anew through her, and yes, he did, because he went into this area. He was super stone cold. He was basically like, he was so guarded that imagine if he was like a can of tuna, and when you peel off the lid off the tuna can, what you see is another lid. That's how guarded he was. He was so shielded that when you take the shield, there's just another shield there. And he eventually opened up to her, and he gets invested. Obviously, we talked about the swimming stuff, but I think one of the big turning points was when he actually cracked with the smile. And she's like, "Hold on, you smiled," and they had that great conversation. And
that was because like he even tries to deny it. He's all like, "No, that was a smirk. There's a difference," and like he doesn't want. It's one of the best interactions in the whole film.
It's incredible, and before you know it, it starts happening more seamlessly, and it's awesome to see. They're like, wow, they really are hitting this off, and it feels very fun. It's very heartfelt, very genuine. It felt moving. It was like almost like a father-daughter bonding moment, even though it was a bodyguard, basically being a father figure equivalent, because basically her parents are doing things and taking care of business elsewhere. So he's being like a father figure. Even when what's her name? The lady from the school. She's like, "Today you're her father," at the pool. And it really, you could see his expression. It rained on him like, holy crap, I've adapted to her in her life, and he has adopted her in that weird way that, okay, she's an extension of my life now, of who I am now. And this was probably the thing that kind of balanced him out from all the drinking he was doing too.
So halfway through the film, I was watching this with with a bunch of people. And halfway through the film, one of the people I was watching it with just stopped for a moment. She goes, "Oh right, we're watching a movie," and I was like, yeah, that's why we're all like on the couch and shit. And then she goes, no, sometimes actors do such a good job. Like, you forget you're watching a movie. And I was like, oh, yeah, 100. This is absolutely one of those. Like, Denzel has a very iconic look. Everyone else knows. You forget you're watching Denzel Washington. You're watching Crease. When you're Dakota Fanning might be the best child actress of all time, and whether it be this or whether it be, I think she was in Signs, War of the Worlds, like, and she grew up as to be a fantastic actress as an adult as well. But like, every performance in this is so natural. It's such a raw and gritty film because there's nothing really unrealistic about it. This shit does fucking happen in Mexico. I mean, okay, you might not have swaggery black dude that goes around and murder fucks the cartel. Like, that's some superhero shit. But in general, this is stuff that really does happen. It's so easy to suspend your disbelief. The script is that good.
Yeah, no, I strongly agree with all of that. Yeah, I watch this. I see the power in the performance from Denzel, Dakota. And I just feel like, whoa, what was that? Mark, was that you or something?
I think that's Tom, isn't it?
Oh, it's Tom.
Because he is trapped. He's now trapped in cyberspace.
Pac-Man just became a widow, or Miss Pac-Man just became a widow.
You are worthless, Eric Barrett.
What was that? Oh, Peter Shay's helicopter tours for $2 on Rumble Rant. Says Tony Scott either planned a sequel to this or has deleted scenes of what happens after the car at the end. Tom would know. I do know he had deleted scenes. He definitely had deleted scenes at all. And yeah, I got corrected at RTNZ. I did get corrected. So it happens. I make my mistakes.
Salons all look alike to Nick, yeah.
Yeah.
They all look the same lying down.
It's easy to do.
You know what? I'm trying to think. Oh, great, I just lost my train of freaking thought where I was going here with their relationship.
It's more like a wagon.
We were talking about little girls getting kidnapped. So does that help?
Oh, dude, yeah. Watching it as a dad, it really hit so much differently. Because when I watched this, this movie came out. I was in high school and I was just seeing it. Even seeing with all this first 50 minutes, I still saw it as a action movie that was just a little bit longer. But then you watch it as a dad and seeing the kidnapping, holy crud, does it hit very differently because of that? Because that's like, I can't imagine what that's like. That's just a scary thing to entertain. You're like, holy macaroni. So yeah, when they say being a dad, it changes you. Yeah, I didn't realize it. When stuff like this is a great reminder of how much it does change you. When things like this terrify you that much more, because this type of scene, I would just be like, oh shit, like that sucks. But I wouldn't be like, oh fuck, that leaves me on edge. Now it leaves me on edge in the sense like, oh god, he better kill all these motherfuckers again.
To compound onto that, once you're a father and you see that in this movie, the father is one of the individuals behind it, and you're like, all right, this motherfucker needs to die first. Like, you know what? Fuck everyone else. Oh yeah, we get it. Cartel members, they're bad, they kidnap kids. But to sell your own fucking kid?
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, yeah, that infuriated me straight up. Oh, TZ, our guest is in the top left corner. His name is Leon. He has a great channel called Words of Paradise. And if we got any mods or wrenches, please put his channel in the chat and you can subscribe to the man. He's a great dude. He's got a great channel. I've been on his countercast a few times. Thank you, 70s. See, we got the right guys putting our plugs in the plugger, so that's good. Thank you, 70s.
Thank you. Really appreciate
we know where to plug things.
No, the funny moment was the burp moment between I was like, oh, you know what? Since you like swimming, you don't want to do the piano. Why don't you learn how to do the belch? And it was fun. They actually had to get a burp double because she couldn't actually belch, so they had to get imagine it's of a stunt double, a burp double. Groundbreaking. Is it? I guess this movie would be a first in that regard. A burp double because she actually didn't have the ability to not have it in there to do a good belch. And then you guys
can't do everything. Can't do everything, right? You can do the drama, but you can't do the belching. So yeah, no one's perfect, right?
I mean, I actually think that that's a testament to how much femininity meant back in the day. Is that this little girl in real life didn't know how to belch because we actually taught our girls to be girls. So
that's true. Yeah, that yeah. Oh, this movie definitely like, and I think it's definitely a Denzel Washington thing. He definitely has very Western civilization like messaging and slants in a lot of his movies, like Good
Bro,
and Evil. Obviously he has his religious ideology that subtly plays, which goes to show you can have stories that have, I guess you could say, Christian like parts in there, and yet it
and
still is about the movie and the entertainment first, because usually that stuff gets stigmatized with movies are very on the nose. Like, let's just, and I'll just name drop. Lady Ballers got the job wrong with their movie. It's
hard
like,
agree.
yeah, I may agree with your message, but your movie, make this movie about the message first and the comedy second. This movie
It's
shows
literally
you can
the
have
inverse
this.
of what we see the opposition doing, and like it doesn't. It goes to show it doesn't work either way. And you know, you talk about putting the religion in there like that. As much as I love this film, this is actually my second favorite Denzel film. I truly think that his best film is The Book of Eli, because you've got two different dichotomies going on. You've got what is a very well crafted but subtle Christian film, and then on the other half, you have the best Fallout adaptation that we'll probably ever get, even though the new show is amazing. Like you get you get both from Book of Eli. So yeah.
No, I love to see it. It shows you can just, because he has it in this movie. He had it in The Equalizer, especially number 3, which we'll talk about last week as well. It shows you, yeah, it can work. It can be done, and anyone could be of, let's just say, almost any background, and still get the the most joy out of it. Whether it's you're from a lady for the relationship, or for a guy being for the action relationship, everyone can enjoy this type of movie. Like, obviously that's a figurative, everyone, but we get the point. It shows you, these types of movies were already always there, and it nails the environment what Mexico is like. So yeah, they had their religious thing, but they also had the crime, which I feel like Hollywood would not want to have a movie in Mexico and being high on crime as part of their
Well, to be
slate of
fair, didn't we
releases.
just recently get the sequel to Sekiro? Not Sekiro. Oh my god, the biker cartel film.
Biker Cartel. Fill me in on the blanks, homie.
I'm starring. Oh my goodness, I'm blanking on. You'll have to give me a moment, because
No,
I
that's
feel
fine. I want to highlight, we saw Mickey Rourke earlier. While you're getting your thoughts back together, Leanne, we saw Mickey Rourke. I have heard that apparently him and Denzel did not get along well on this movie, which, if that's true, that seems right in line with Mickey Rourke and his
No surprise, right?
Surprise.
his
No
relationships,
surprise.
because I like him. I'm not
Surprise,
going to take
surprise,
anything
dude.
away from him, but it seems like he definitely has problems, because he also had problems with Iron Man 2. I think he had problems with the guys in the Expendables, and now he has problems. How do you have problems with Denzel Washington? Can I ask that? He just seems like the nicest guy, even when he's on the red carpet and they're trying to get him with gotcha questions, like about who you vote for, or what do you think about this protest? And he just has like these really nice, like well worded, like moderate answers that are just really perfect. Yeah, it's just like, wow, what a guy, what a classy man. And that's what made me fall in love with him as a just as a human being. It's just like, I already loved him as an actor, but seeing him as a human being, I'm like, holy crap, Hollywood could learn from this guy.
Sicario. That's what I was saying. Sicario.
Sicario.
Oh no, he and Dustin, he is good. That's the thing. I like him in a lot of things that he's done. I think he shows a lot of promise. I mean, how was that? Was it The Wrestler he did?
That movie was so good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's like, for me, I think the way he comes off keeps him out of so many roles he could be great in. So that's why when he's not in a lot of movies.
Yeah, I know. I used to think, oh, okay, maybe it's just Stu is bad, but then you see it happening more and more, and then I hear about, and I didn't know about the Denzel stuff until I looked into it for this movie. I was like, okay, if you didn't get along with Denzel Washington, I'm gonna have to be that guy and just say, that's on you, man. That's on you. That don't make any sense how you had that one. Okay, we got 2 Rumble rants. You guys are going crazy. Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for $1 says Crimson Tide is such an underrated film. Maybe we need a Denzel year, not month. Oh boy. between that, Flight. Oh, I know. There's still a lot of.
Remember the
lot of
Titans,
great
baby?
Denzel. Oh, dude.
Okay, let's do a vote for it now. Black History Month or Denzel Washington year?
Well, hold on.
Denzel year. It's no question.
To me, I actually think that you should celebrate Black History Month, but instead just do all your movies about alcohol and do Feb, Brew, Airy.
It's all Denzel.
No, do Feb, Brew, Airy, because your 30 flavors of Nick Wise are Feb, BREW, Brew, Feb, Brew, Airy.
You know, I've actually never thought of that. It could be like a part Toxic Tuesday, part beer stream too. Oh, I haven't had beer on a Toxic
Bro,
Tuesday.
I got you. I know if you need someone who knows how to grift, bro. I got you. I'm a grifting god.
I want to
point
get
out
a hold
this
of your
team.
grifting skills and start ripping you off. Then, not like shamelessly ripping you off on your grifting because you have great.
You're already shamelessly ripping off my hair, so it's cool.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
grifting.
You've got a big moment here on screen right now.
Oh, a scary
and
moment.
it's important to mention that she did exactly what he taught her to do, but her love for him
got the best of her,
and she turned back, and that's why she gets captured.
Yeah, no, I picked up on that too. I was like, holy crap! Like she's listening, but after she sees what's happening, she can't help herself but turn away because she loves him. You know, like a daughter loves like a father type of thing. She was attached to
her
him.
scream is blood curdling when she screams Crease or Creasy. Some people say Crease in the film, some say Creasy, I think, because the Latino accent or whatnot.
Yeah,
but yeah, it is. Again, that's a testament to her acting because that shit is shrill, like the way a child really would scream. It did not dial back at all.
No, not I know it definitely made me feel the anguish. Holy damn, dude. I was like, holy shit. This is how you freaking this is how you take dudes that make them mad, make them want to go at their bad guys straight up. And of course, your buddy 75, aka Mr. Bruce, with a $5 Rumble rent, said this movie could not be made in 2025. Even with the incoming administration, you'd have to have Angel Films make it, and then you wouldn't have the big names attached to it. You know, maybe they could get a moderate name. Not a big name, but a moderate name. Wouldn't take the best actor. It'd just take an actor who understands this type of role to do it. And he says for another $2 for February. Yeah. Can he do action? What I don't know.
Yes, he can. That's how he got his start.
Oh, hey, I didn't know that.
I can't say I've seen too many Caviezel films, honestly.
You should definitely review Black Dynamite. Well, I'm not gonna.
I could throw a couple of my more melanated buddies your way if you need some diversity shields for the stream.
Look, if you need it, just call Keith.
I have actually thought about Bruce. We'll just say that there's a possibility. I'm not going to say it's going to happen or it's not, but sometimes they say no response is the response. So you make of that answer, sir, what you will. You know what? With Creasy, the belch, I love how she's such as like civilized, almost like an adult because, she took a note for him. She gave him a flower when she saw him. She gave him a bear with jewelry in it because that's how like much he was like, this guy's the greatest guy ever. And it was much more than
starving for a dad.
Yeah, well, that's why it pissed me off when Morgan.
I thought she was starving because she was in Mexico.
Yeah, maybe both. I'd say, but was it Mark Eddie's like, oh, she'd be happy if Dracula walked his skull. I was like, wow.
Yeah, what does that say about you, Pops? Like,
yeah, right.
Maybe some self-reflection, homie.
Did anybody before I got on the show talk about the original book and the original film? Yeah, I've read all of his books.
No, what
Creasy's in several books.
Okay,
and the first book, being this one, actually took place in Italy, and because there was a problem with the mafia kidnapping a lot of people. In Italy at one period of time, and the original film starring Scott Glenn, and by the way, a younger Joe Pesci is in that. Is actually a pretty good film. It's not anywhere as good as this one, but it's still a good, solid film. But they decided because kidnappings weren't as prevalent in the modern day by 2000. So they decided, well, where are the kidnappings? Well, fucking Mexico is where all the kidnappings are. And it's not just there, Bolivia, they've got a problem down there in Central and South America with kidnappings. So they decided to make it
Argentina,
in Mexico.
afuera.
Yeah, it's just
has anyone seen the Indian remake of the movie?
Get the fuck out of here, Brian.
Yeah, there was an Indian Bollywood remake.
Did he talk like this?
I don't know. I've never seen it, but there was one in 2005, a Hindu language remake of Man on Fire.
Is it called Man on Feces?
Okay.
Oh.
Man on Curry. His name was
It was
Todd.
called A Man
No, my name is
Apart.
Todd.
A Man Apart.
I gotta go fucking see this, man.
Man Apart, isn't that the Vin Diesel movie?
Shut up, Soul Assassin.
Yo, Soul Assassin's here. What up, Soul Assassin?
Oh yeah, he's a Toxic Tuesday regular.
He's my bro.
We are big fans of the man around these parts. And then Pioche with another $1 Rumble rant says Denzel's displaying proper CIA ready to kick off the Boogaloo attire. Yeah, and this movie just morphs because if you take out the second half of this movie, or I guess you could say even arguably 66% of the movie after this 33, it's almost very wholesome. Like it almost plays like a different movie because like not just like the way they are acting as characters, but even the music. It's very charming, very that's nice type of thing. And they're like it's almost like you could have like seen it out of context on like a family sitcom or a family show.
So I had already seen this, but one of the individuals I was watching it with had never seen it before. So watching it through their eyes, like vicariously re-experiencing it for the first time when they didn't know what was going to happen, they didn't know what was coming. The first 40 minutes, I mean, like it's called Man on Fire. The DVD case is, Denzel looking like a badass, shit like that. And so like, okay, there's probably some assumption that there's going to be some, action, whatnot afoot. He's got a gun, he's a bodyguard, but in general, you forget that for the like she was sucked in to the first 50 minutes of just like, do you have a girlfriend, Crease? Like, no, I don't. Oh, who was that's not ancient history, They just those interactions.
None of your business.
Yeah, exactly. All that was as a first time viewer, and it captivated her, and I was like, damn, I remember what it was like the first time I watched this again, like a decade or more ago, whenever it was. And a decade ago was 2014. So shit, it was longer than that. 2015. Wow, we're in 2025. So probably a decade and a half ago. First time I saw this or whatever. And it's so, again, to be able to semi re-experience it for the first time with someone who had never seen it was, it was a whole new way to look at this film.
So,
well, it's always fun because.
Go ahead, Gerry. No, go.
I was just going to say, I do the same thing with Anima because she's never seen a lot of these movies. I'm a true cinephile, like Tom and Brian and you guys. My whole life has been watching movies, and she was robbed of that. She grew up in the arts doing music and raised by a father who was in the orchestra. So they only had music in the house. They didn't watch movies. So and you live vicariously through them. I love watching her watch a movie that I love. Mm-hmm. Like we did it today with Rio Bravo. She lost her shit. She was having so much fun watching that damn movie today with John Wayne. And I get what you're saying, man. You get to live vicariously through your friend or your loved one that's never seen it before.
Oh, dude.
And you get to see their first reaction.
You enjoy it. And I just want to respond to Soul Assassin. I on the panel I can read, but the picture there has to be a book with pictures. So that's
and the cover has to have a half-naked, muscly guy like the butter commercials.
Okay, what did you do, Mark? Oh, there we go.
Oh, that was me. I apologize.
Homoeroticism was that? Oh, a half-naked, muscly guy. When we got some foxy ginger bitch on the screen, a half-naked, muscly guy. That's fucking
the real MJ.
Friend of the channel.
Now, if you don't recognize it, that dude that was just on screen is the guy that plays Bond's friend in Casino Royale.
James Bond.
Bond doesn't have any friends.
That guy right there.
Bond doesn't have any friends.
Well, he ends up being a friend.
You mean the one he ended
dies for him? He dies for him in the second film.
Yeah, after he tortured him. After Bond tortured
was the second one Quantum of Solace?
Yeah, Bond has him tortured.
It is. Of the Daniel Craig.
Yeah, that's the last Bond film I saw in theaters. The Quantum of Solace sucked so bad I didn't see any of the rest in theaters.
I saw Skyfall.
Actually, Skyfall was last I saw. I forgot. Skyfall was the one after Quantum of Solace, wasn't it? Okay, Skyfall was last I saw in theaters.
It's a better Bourne movie than it is a Bond movie. But I will not go into that realm because we will turn this into another.
James Bond does not exist in this dojo.
Yeah, well, I will turn that to a whole other conversation. I am not ready to have right now because my mind is Denzel mode. Now, I knew there was going to be something that was going to go off with this. Hey, if you do this, I'll do that. But I didn't think it was going to play out like this. I was like, oh, there's got to be something to this. This is in my mind initially when I saw this way back when. I'm like, okay, something is off about the dad. I didn't know it was going to end up being as twisted as we find out, but I knew something was like definitely something wasn't lining up there. I'm like,
do you remember how James Franco had all those like sexual assault accusations?
Yes.
The guy who plays the dad looks like if those accusations were true.
Oh,
hey, well, he was married to Jennifer Lopez for a number of years.
Oh,
the guy who plays the dad was really
Mark Anthony. Yeah,
it's Mark Anthony, dude. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen any other films with Mark Anthony. If I have, I don't know him by name because to me it's like, oh look, generic douchey looking guy.
He was early in on J-Lo's pussy, man. I mean, he wasn't first or anything. I think he was like 35th, but
you won.
He was the first one to marry her.
Having problems keeping it up.
Oh my God, the cock.
Thank you, Mr. Bond.
J-Lo, the original Lily Phillips. Let's go.
Oh, damn.
Perhaps you need a little cock.
I like your Bond, Gerry.
Okay, so Davina says he's the top-selling salsa artist of all time. Look, Davina, I respect you and all that, but I have a bunch of fucking anime figures behind me. You think I know dick about salsa music? Come on now. Like,
you know what? Maybe
we're talking about Mark Anthony. Is it Mark Anthony we're talking about?
Mark Anthony, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Maybe he is a top-selling artist. I don't know his music at all, but I do know that I cannot stand his character in this movie. That's all I know. And this is all I have of him.
He's well played then. Well acted then, yeah.
The only courageous thing he does in this movie is, well, what he does at the end.
Liquidate his existence.
I just think it's amazing how Mark Anthony recovered from Caesar beating him all those years ago. Came back to have a successful career in salsa.
Jill's Cooch is not a drive-in movie. She's the fucking McDonald's drive-through. Everyone goes for McDonald's. Dude, yeah, that thing, man, I swear, there's nothing special there at all. Everyone's had this meal. Who hasn't? Ugh, that.
I love this moment because, like, he hesitates, and I think we can all assume cop dude knows he hesitates and knows the answer is yes, but he's just gonna let him do his fucking thing. He's like, no, I don't know who that is, and really, I don't want you to arrest him. I want to fucking murder him.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's like a light switch just goes off in Creasy's brain, and all of a sudden now he's a completely different man again. It was like, I guess you could say he was who he was at the beginning of this movie before he had met PETA. Now all of a sudden he's like, oh, you have no idea about the beast you are about to unleash.
Did any of you guys ever watch Rurouni Kenshin? The anime Rurouni Kenshin?
I have not.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I've seen the movies.
Yeah.
I've never.
Okay, you've seen the movies. So those are the best live action anime adaptations of all time.
They're fantastic.
There's always that struggle of whether he's going to revert back to the manslayer, and like this is when the character reverts back to the manslayer. Like it is literally that same dichotomy, but he does revert instead of like fighting it off.
Wow, I see. To me, like it seems like this is the point where he's now officially past the point of no return with this. So funny enough, so this movie obviously has a lot about the whole Mexico and the kidnappings. Well, apparently the police in Mexico City told Tony Scott, the director, that his crew was a potential target for kidnappings, and the crew members were even robbed. So the events of this movie kind of played out in real life, and that's kind of scary and crazy. Like, holy,
no surprise, it's only worse in Mexico now, probably. You know,
it's a whole hell of a lot worse.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm gonna push back on that hardcore. Mexico is 100% better off now because all the murderers and rapists are over here now.
Oh,
paid for by the Biden administration, fuckers. Hope you're happy.
Wow. I love the savagery you're bringing to tonight's show. This is absolutely incredible. Please don't
maybe
stop.
it's a good time. Maybe it's a good time to play that clip I put in, Nick.
Where'd you put
it's
it
in the privates. In the privates.
Oh, you put it in the private?
In your privates?
In the privates.
Is it in the privates? Is it in the privates?
Deep in the privates.
All right,
All the way to the
Gary,
bottom.
is that your new number one
Deep
song
in
in the privates?
Deep in the foreskin.
In the private.
Deep in the foreskin. Deep in the foreskin.
In the private.
I like a little docking, please.
What the? Oh man. Okay. Well, let me get this clip a little bit. You dudes do your dude thing.
Quick one. Yeah. We'll do our dude things. Yep.
Dude things.
Well, I'm trying to get this clip up, so you guys chat. This will take about 1
Trying
minute.
to get it up, are you?
Yes, I'm trying. So carry on. This will take
Weak
1
like
minute.
an Irishman.
But this the movie does flip to, it's a different movie after that kidnapping, and you got is it kind of like a Taken film? It was before Taken, but that's more in everyone's mind. And how well remembered is this movie? I mean, it doesn't seem to be one that everyone always mentions. It's just me, or
As I recall in the book and in the original film, she actually did die.
Is like
This film gives you at least a happy ending that she survives. But as I recall in the book and in the film, she died.
Wait, she gets iced in the book?
The kid, yeah, she dies. He's trying to get, he has no idea. He thinks she's alive or that she's dead. And then he gets an idea that she might be alive, only to find out in the end she was really dead. There was no rescue.
Okay. Really quickly, before
Good
Leon
change,
takes
Hollywood.
it. Yeah. Before Leon takes it, was there some? Yes, that there was a subplot and that got cut out. And there's two I guess sex scenes that were filmed for this movie, and they both got taken out. So
Thank
that
God they
would
removed
lose
them.
the Matt appearance then too, because she is
lose the Matt appearance. All right, Leon, you were about to say something. So go ahead and take it, sir.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I think it's a great thing that the sex scenes and whatnot and the idea of the affair got cut because let's be real, that in my opinion would diminish Kreese's character. I mean, I don't give a fuck about a woman. I'm a famed misogynist, but I don't give a fuck. So yeah, but Kreese's character, if he's willing to go behind his employer's back, fuck his wife, the whole nine, that's I don't think it would make it
would make him look bad.
He goes through less emotional, impactful.
Even though the dad gave up his daughter to the kidnappers, though. Well, yeah, I guess I agree.
Well, right, but
yeah.
you don't find that out. You don't find that out until 65% of the way of the film. So at this point, he's just fucking the wife of a dude he thinks is his boss.
Yeah,
and especially after the kid's been kidnapped too. Or they probably would have had that.
That would be right. That would make me feel really
right here. This scene. I was like, oh my god, he's not going to sleep with her in the daughter's bedroom, right? But there is some vibes there. There's some attraction going on there that's between the actors. Is one of the, you can tell.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just saying that there's a little vibe there where between the actors, and you're like when she goes to get him peck on the cheek, it's like that could have gone another route. I'm glad it didn't, but
I'm so glad. I admit I did get oh, please don't do. But luckily, it didn't happen. But it apparently the scene was filmed. And they chose to take it, which I'm so glad they took that. I don't know what the idea was to even consider that as an option. I mean, dude, as scummy as Mark Anthony is, that's a bogus thing to do. That's still a very bogus thing. It's just it'd be one thing if there was already a divorce of some shite, but
right.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, that was one of the shortest gun porn scenes we get in a movie like this, but my God, it's still so cool. Just all the quick cuts of the different weapons and the loading, and just it's got that cool haze effect. He's grabbing grenades and shit, which, by the way, he never uses. I got called bullshit on that. We see him grab a goddamn grenade.
He uses the butt bomb.
That's true. He does use the butt bomb. But the point is, as you get a solid 50 seconds of oh, show me that 9mm.
All right, a few things. One. In less than, I'd say, in about 15 minutes, chat, we will transition over to Rumble exclusive, where we will play clips from the movie. And Gary will go deeper into the back door to the point where he won't be able to come out.
I will go so deep, we will refer to it as the crevasse.
This will be where you want to transition with us for full clips, full tips at all. All right. It'll be great. I'm going to post the Rumble link in the chat so you transition with us, because that is going to be the hot spot to be right here on the Rumble. Okay. And then we got your buddy, aka Bruce 75 for $5 Rumble. Rent says, if Selena could see how men missed on seeing her blossom into something much larger, Jenny from the block would be kaput. I don't understand any of that, but I believe
that was Selena. Jennifer Lopez. Her first big role was playing Selena. So Selena hadn't been killed, tragically. That was her big break. Jennifer Lopez was playing.
Speaking
Selena
of, did you hear that bitch just got out of prison?
What bitch got out of prison?
The chick that iced Selena.
Oh, she got out?
Oh, what?
Earlier this week.
Yeah,
or
she was
late
a
last
member.
week.
She was the
And she
president
immediately
of her fan club.
contacted J-Lo to be the head of her fan club.
Dude,
Oh!
she got straight up full of Casey Anthony, like hide her identity and everything. She gonna get. I know a lot of saucy ass Latinas that want to put that bitch beneath snakes. Like, ooh.
So, do you guys know what movie inspired the visual style of this?
Something from David Fincher?
City of God. It came out like 2 years before City of God.
Oh,
or
was
maybe
the
3 years
oversaturated?
ago.
Yeah.
City of God was the movie that I was like, oh, hey. And
Hey
that
man,
was
Tony Scott.
the Nick Cage one?
Tony Scott knew his fucking movies. He went out there and watched.
City of God?
He wasn't just a filmmaker. He loved good cinema.
Oh yeah.
So this movie looks really good though. I really like the
Oh,
feel
that's
of it.
City of God.
It's that whole bleached out look, like it's the '60s or something.
Mm-hmm.
I love it too. It's got a great visual aesthetic.
Yeah, and City of God's a great movie. Yeah, this was I can't remember if it was the first or second, but I know Denzel, he loves to have his directors that he has, a good bond with, and he likes to work with them repeatedly. And him and Tim Scott did like 5 movies together, I think. And this was the first or second one together. So they did many movies together, just like the way he has a relationship with Antoine Fuqua as well. Yeah, he he has a circle of guys. He's like, you're cool. Okay, I don't fuck with you. You're really cool. Let's do 5 movies. Let's fucking make this happen, Gary. All right, you, me in the back room now.
The crevasse.
Gary brings the crevasse.
Crevasse of terror.
Dude, this scene I love when he with the fingers and the chopping. I was like, holy crap.
God. I was using my food processor last week and I kind of cut my finger. Not too bad, but and I was watching this tonight, like, when you cut yourself and you're like, motherfucker, how stupid was I to do that? I know it's a sharp blade. And I was just watching this and I'm like, oh, this is, and I work, in our shop, we have a machine shop, and my dad would always tell me horror stories about how people got mangled, to scare me before I worked on the machine. Like tell me about people he saw get their, chest rip open and could see their lungs moving. And as a 12-year-old, that kind of scares you before you go to work on the lathe. They're like, he's like, don't ever put your finger in, and where you're threading something. It's like, don't put your finger in there to, check the thread, because I saw a guy rip his finger off that way. It's like, oh God. So this scene is like excruciating.
No, I feel you on that, Mark.
Oh,
by the way, Mark, if you didn't see it, I put in the private chat for you to share it has the entire book list of all the Creasy books, and you can check them out on Goodreads, and it's definitely worth it. I like the books, I really do, and I'm surprised that this is the only book they ever wanted to adapt, because this guy was a badass Vietnam vet.
I was gonna say,
that's what he was.
I had no idea. I knew this is based off a book, Man on Fire, but I had no idea it was a series of books. Now I'm like, bro, come on, Denzel, just call it non-continuity and have him do another movie as John Creasy, but just say it's a.
Well, that's what we got with. Hold on, because the third installment of the I just forgot the film franchise he did.
Mm-hmm.
You just talked about it. You just talked about it last week.
Remember the Equalizer?
Yeah, the third Equalizer is sort of a para-sequel to this.
We've hinted at that, how that became. There's obviously the Dakota Fanning connection in this movie. He finally he finally dies, whereas he still kind of he still absolutely lived in The Equalizer. And I always said, even though I know that's next week's movie, but that movie ends like a movie to a sequel ends, but not like to a series ending. We'll get more into it, but that was like one of my things. I was like, oh, this movie ended like a sequel does, but not how a series.
My hope is that Fuqua goes and gets his son to do Creasy starting all the way from the beginning and rebirth the series. I mean,
Did you say rebirth?
Rebirth
Did you say
now?
rebirth?
Rebirth.
He said rebirth.
Gary likes it girthy. That's true.
I like it girthy. I like it in the crevasse or sometimes the chasm.
Anyways.
I hear Mark D with a C is pretty girthy.
Yeah, his nickname in high school was Soup Can because it wasn't so much that was long, but it was big around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I hope I can live up to that someday. Yeah.
Peter says helicopter tours for $1 Rumble Rats. Is it me or our unorthodox camera speeds used in this film? I don't know if they're considered unorthodox or not. You guys in the chat tell me, but I do know there's a style to it. And
Yeah, it is unorthodox
style. So I do
it
know
is
that.
unorthodox because he's changing the frame rate while shooting.
Well, see, at the time, I would say it was unorthodox. I actually think we've seen a lot of films do that since, unfortunately.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it diluted it, but at the time was unorthodox. Yeah.
No,
Well, now I'm pretty sure you can imitate it with
Oh, yeah.
computer graphics and doing editing in Adobe.
Yeah.
To where you don't even have to do it in the camera. He was doing the interruption of cranking is what was going on to get that effect. Like right there.
Manually, he was doing it manually, right?
I was doing manually. That was in camera.
You get a double exposure.
I interrupt cranking all the time. Usually I forget to lock my door and like.
I mean,
I know you're doing something in there tonight, but what's all the squeaking?
That's the bird. That's the bird.
Oh, damn. So there's a great line. I don't know if we just passed or if it's coming up, but it's a really probably one of my favorite lines in the entire movie where a guy says, "A man can be an artist in anything, food, whatever. Depends on how good he is at it."
Oh, I think that's still coming up.
Death.
Yeah,
He's
because
about to paint his masterpiece. When I
masterpiece,
heard that
yeah.
line, I remember when I heard that shit in the theater. I just felt like I felt my adrenaline kicking. And when I heard that line, I was like, "Holy damn!" That line that had to have just been thought up on from the heart because that's just too good.
Yeah, it's still coming up.
Is that in the book? Because the author mentioned.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Because he said they did use a lot of lines from the book, so I wonder if
that's cool that he did that.
And then Nick, I did upload that clip, Nick.
Oh, did you? Oh, you put it in the private. Oh, thank you.
It's in your privates.
All right, see, it's in there. Okay, I'll take it out
along with the Biden one. Yeah, if you found that one.
I got the Biden one up.
It's in with your nuts.
Save it for a good spot, I guess. Yeah.
Scary part is it's in with your nuts and raisins. What? Where'd the raisins come from?
All right, Nick the Greek for $1.99 super chat says it's the girth that matters. Everyone knows that. Well, yeah. Well, this show we know all about that.
Nobody wants to be a needle dick. No woman wants a needle dick.
Oh, Gary.
Don't forget, I was in the military. We learned all those things.
Gary's the only size queen I know.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
That's it. We broke Nick.
He's gone
again.
You guys are fucked up. I mean, I guess you hate on me, so I guess that's part of the requirement. So
you picked us. I mean,
it's like Ross, dude. I don't freaking know, man. I don't know. Anyways, guys,
you see how many costume changes he goes through in this to get to all the different people? He's like the ultimate cosplayer. At one point, he's like in a suit. Here, he's dressing like a fucking cholo. At the end of the scene, he's in a fucking jersey. And like he goes through so many different outfits just to be like, all right, I gotta blend into the. Yeah, Dana Carvey.
He never dresses like a turtle.
I know he blends in well. He knows where he goes to locations. He has
especially if it's nighttime.
Dramatically changes appearance and adjust to where he was going to. Like obviously, if you're going to that club, that nightclub,
Mark,
he has to look like someone who's going to the nightclub. So he blended in accordingly. And oh boy, what a hell of an interrogation scene. I was actually kind of concerned, not like in a negative way, but because I knew he was so angry, like he would have killed the lady too, but only because she was the least of the offensive. That he spared her life, but I was like, he's so on edge that he might just do it, even though she's the least, guilty of them all.
Did
I
you
think
guys
this is
notice?
also one of the most important films or scenes in the film that doesn't get talked about because he saves another girl here. He's only out to save PETA, but like he finds out
he thinks she's dead.
That's true. He's out to get revenge for PETA. He's out to get revenge for PETA. But he sees this other girl. He's like, okay, that is just another life that is, is saved from the destruction of this cartel. That, like, were it not for this chain of events, this bitch would be dead or sold into sexual slavery or whatever it be as well. And it's almost glossed over. It's just almost like you know what? Here's just a cherry on top. But you know what? I don't fucking eat cherries. I just eat the whipped cream. Like.
No, you're right, Leon. This is a very overlooked scene that has seen to have been memory hold, and it is important because it shows you how deep this cartel runs. That when you have to say missing girl, it's like, hold on, there's who, and you see there's another one because I actually when I first saw it in theaters, I thought it was going to be Peter. I was like, oh, okay, maybe she's alive or something. And it turns out it was another girl, and now I should piece it together since they put in the beginning title of the movie how often kidnaps happen. Even PETA says the statistics to Creasy in the car earlier. And I was like, oh, shit, yeah, I forgot. This town is basically flooded with kidnappings galore. So that fits right in line with this. And I thought, oh, this guy's fucked for life now.
When you guys all saw this for the first time, because obviously this is a rewatch for all of us, so we know how it ends and whatnot. But when you watch it for the first time and they say, and Christopher Walken says she's dead and he's on this revenge quest, did you have any inkling that maybe she'll survive at the end, or were you under
no?
Full,
because I went in thinking it was just like the book, so I just assumed she was dead, and then you get that twist there, and it's like, holy shit, this is a whole different movie now.
Mm-hmm. For me at the time, I was on the fence. I'm like, okay, either he's using she's not actually dead and he's just trying to make him feel like awful, or she actually is. And because characters like that, sadly, luckily not often kid ones, they do die in order for revenge stories to happen. So
I love it when movies have the balls to kill the kid, but this is one where I'm glad that doesn't happen. I do think we need kids to die in movies more often. And I'll stand on that statement. But in general, this is one where I'm glad it's not the case.
Are you saying that they need to die in the movie or while making the movie?
I mean, little column B, maybe we have a little problem. I'm not sure. I rank.
You could get rid of a lot of those kid actors
based on how many dead babies there are.
Well, just don't watch the Twilight Zone movie then, because that took.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Dakota Fanning and her performance, I do like that they minimize her role in this movie once her character got kidnapped. Once Peter got kidnapped, because
they didn't want you to know that she was alive.
I like that there's the air of mystery, and also I when it comes to child actors, the less they know about the stuff that they're dealing with, the less it kind of mess with their psyche. Especially kids are very impressionable. And that was probably done intentionally. So okay, hey, we're just taking away. Well, what's going on for this? And you don't even know your kid. We're rolling with this for the movie. They probably didn't even tell her because once again, the kids, the last thing they want to be told is, oh, you're being kidnapped by a bad guy. It's a scary thought for a kid. So my guess is that this is just my assumption there. I can't prove anything, but I truly believe they just said, oh yeah, we're just gonna pick you up in this car. They probably use nicer words, watered down. And then we just cut straight to her at the end. I thought it was great rather than see her being, let's just say, tortured or held prisoner. That would have been, uneasy stuff to have watched. And I'm glad we did not see a single second of her from when the situation happened up until the near end of the movie. I'm so glad that we didn't get any shown footage of her. We had what was a spoken line through, the voice, but I don't really count that because we didn't actually really see her.
And they could have tipped us as an audience too. I mean, I think it works a lot better, but maybe another director might have given you some clues, even though the people trying to say, they don't, the characters don't know, but they could have tipped their hands. That's why it's even a better shock. Just like they left, that first hour intact to develop that relationship, between the two with PETA. So I think it works a lot, but it works so much better. First time you watch it, what do you mean she's? You're just like Denzel. You're like, what do you mean she's alive, right? And then you think it's her right there, but it's just this this other girl tragically kidnapped. But then your wheels start turning, like, oh, maybe she is maybe she is actually alive. So there's some great twists in this movie, and that helps it work too, versus a straight revenge flick. You've got the great setup in the relationship, you get that payoff, and you've got these great villains, and the movie doesn't work unless it has good villains. So you get everything in here with along with the great acting by Denzel as well. So
I also love that he burns down this entire venue. Like, imagine what this movie like for one of the customers, and we just be like,
"This is the scene."
Just reading the newspaper that it burned. Like, fuck, Santana was going to be there next week, and I had tickets. Like, you got no idea why it burned down. Turns out some pissed off black dude, and you're like, what is this homelessness doing? Like.
Wouldn't it be funny to have in a movie, dude, an action film where the hero is like about to go on a revenge spree, but like his favorite band is playing? So
I know I need to avenge Jesse's death, but I have had tickets to Whitesnake for like 3 months now, and
Gary's like, I can't go. Hanson's playing tomorrow.
Hanson was good.
Okay. Guys, in 1 minute, we're fully transitioning over to Rumble exclusively.
We're trans? Are we fully transitioned?
We are going to fully transition. Okay.
Don't touch my privates.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm trans.
So you could see Gerry come out with us, and it's gonna be great. Bruce will be joining us as well over there too. I like having Bruce over there with us. It feels like extra like comforting. It's like Bruce is on Rumble, so we're at Bruce in there with us in the dark corner, and he gets to come out, and then Gary's here too. Like it's gonna get really spicy having you two men. I feel like I gotta put you men together, Gerry.
Is this the RPG scene?
Wonder Twins acting.
Oh, the big bazooka scene. Wait, no, it's even better than the bazooka.
I'm gonna stick around for one specific line.
All right. Well, what's better than the bazooka is what's said before the bazooka.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that is the line of mother.
You know what he's supposed to say though before he fires? Clear the back blast area. Clear the back.
You should always do that.
You have to do that, and they never do it in the movies.
I just
hey, it's Frodo
in the back, Nick.
Would you put in the back? I mean, what?
In the back door.
That's Gollum. That's Gollum.
All right, dudes.
That's Gollum, dude.
We're going to Rumble exclusive. The link is right there. And 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and Rumble exclusive now.